How's it going, everyone? What you're going to see today is one of the aftermath map. I keep forgetting the name of this map. Defense. Basically, this left. It's our left flank. His right is basically the key point to the map, in my opinion, with regards to several times playing it. It was a bit different on console, but on PC at least, and I'll break down the reasons why. I've noticed this lane is very key to these first set of MCOMs. If you notice the ticket count's a little bit low, it's because earlier on in the match, it was basically me taking the right flank instead and focusing close toward, I think it's the A MCOM? No, I think it's B. No, A. It's A. I was on A. I was above A over there, basically shooting at the tank in this lane continuously. But at the time, we just continued disabling each other over and over. We'd each get out to repair, and we were continuing that same chess match for quite a while. So we figured, well, I figured, I had enough of basically exchanging disables with this guy, so I decided to go to this left flank. And the left flank here, like I was saying, is key to the map because if the tank controls this left side flank, he can obliterate every building that all your defenders are in. He has a direct shot line at the A MCOM, so if it's planted, you're not going to defuse it. And if he pushes to where I am now currently, B has that backdoor flanking route, or the B MCOM has that backdoor flanking route here. So if he controls that alleyway, he basically ensures that the attackers are basically going to be taking these first set of MCOMs. So it's crucial, obviously, that now that you understand that. You probably already did. I'm just saying that out loud, not necessarily calling anyone out. Now that you understand that, basically I'm saying is that you have to basically control this first set if you want to hold them off on the first set. Now, to do that, obviously you'll need the tank. You don't, well, again, obviously you don't really need it if multiple of your teammates are engineers, but they weren't in this case. The tank's huge. It can control the other tank if you use it well. And additionally, it basically clears entire sections, and, well, the rest of your teammates can go on the fact that you as the tank are holding everyone off. In this case here, though, because yes, I am still new to Battlefield on PC, because this was a pretty recent gameplay, I don't even think I had all of the unlocks for it yet. I'm pretty sure I was one away from reactive armor at the time of this recording, so I didn't even have reactive if I wanted it. But I think I probably still would have chosen proximity scan as the tier in this particular case, because I always run proximity scan usually in infantry maps where they're mostly infantry, obviously. Because the problem is, well, there's no downside to running reactive armor. Obviously, if you continually move your tank around, it gives you an extra several hits additionally to it. But in this case here, I'm just pillaring the building to keep cover from the engineers firing rockets and the tank. But the reason I'm saying you don't really need reactive is because if you're pillaring this building, you already know where the tank's going to be coming from. And you can control the damage output doing so this way. You don't know where the engineers will be, or you don't know where a lot of the C4 guys sneaking up on you will be. So that's why I chose proximity scan here. I would have chose reactive if I knew my gunner. I knew my gunner was good and he was also running proximity scan, because that's a no-brainer. If you have a gunner that's good, you should always choose reactive. He should always choose proximity. You get both of those tiers stacked up, and then he can take out the infantry while you take out the tank. But in this case, since I didn't have that, obviously I chose proximity scan as a more defensive tactic. It didn't work in this case because I was kind of swarmed. Plus I overplayed a couple of those instances, so it was a mistake. And my tank got downed. And like I was saying, because our tank got downed, it basically opened the entire left flank up. Not only to their tank, but their infantry. So when the tank went down, it was sort of a pretty defeating feeling. I had a feeling right off the bat that these two MCOMs were going to be taken. And sure enough, as you'll see in a minute, they absolutely were. So we got pushed back to the second set. And this one here again is more of the same. The back lane, right behind where I am basically, is the spot where you want to control if you're the tank. Because that way, if the tank pulls up, alongside the MCOMs in that alleyway, you're in control of the situation. Or if he pulls up through the back door section there, then again, you're facing him already. Plus this way, you can completely control the distribution of the attackers from the back and front of, I think it's B over there. The MCOM I'm facing now, I can't tell by the way it's choppy on Sony Vegas. But yeah, that's the MCOM that you can control with the tank. In my case here, I was trying to control basically the distribution of the attackers going toward that MCOM. And this is a pretty good place I like to set up shop. The reason being is because the only real attack angle that I can be attacked from sitting here is off to my east, where the other MCOM is directly off to my right side. But if my teammates are there, and if the tank is behind me like he probably should be a lot of the time, then that area is already covered for me. So all I have to worry about are the attackers trying to, well, attack the MCOM behind me now. But this is a nice set here. This place here is a really nice spot to actually cover this MCOM while you're at it. And you'll see I get quite a few kills out of it because they don't know I'm here. I didn't even have a suppressed weapon or anything. I was sitting here just waiting on them to jump in, and they continually did. Again, as you'll see in a minute or two, the only real flaw that came with it is the fact that I ran out of ammo. The second I ran out of ammo, I knew I was in trouble, and I had a feeling it was going to be taken because it's just a continual rush of these players toward this MCOM, and I'm just picking them off as I go. The end is a pretty nice rally too. Like you'll see in a minute, or even less than a minute now, is where I run out of ammo and I get killed. And I believe they take it right after I die, because as you can see already, I'm pretty much the only one defending it. And my teammates here aren't doing me any favors, because there's none of them behind me, none of them to my right. So it's basically me defending a continual rush with 22 bullets left. Not a good situation. Off to your left is off to my left is usually where the situation ends up getting drastic if they stack up there, because then they can continually pelt you with suppression, they can pelt you with rockets, they can hit you with just about, and I get killed by the nade here. They can continually pelt you with just about everything they can, so you can't let them set up. And this is, like I was saying, this is probably my favorite spot to set up, because you can control them coming out of the hallway through there. And you have to also make sure to monitor this back section. If you get hit from this back section here, this match is over. Because the MCOM that I'm currently defending is probably the hardest one for them to take. And if you give up that one, again, yeah, it's over. This particular section though is fun. And this one was a rally here. You'll see it yourself. It's continual high-paced action here. Just trying to fend off as many of them as I can. This guy almost got the jump on me. But yeah, the basic point I'm trying to get at to sum up is when your infantry defend this section, I find continually defending this section right here. Hopefully your teammate and tanks take care of the alleyway that's where I'm running toward right now. If they can control that alleyway, you have a free line of sight to the whole group of them coming toward this MCOM. This is where you don't want the enemy setting up. Luckily enough, I was able to take a few of them out before they were getting set up, because it's a disaster when they set up there. But yeah, just all you have to do is make sure that, well, obviously don't rush the MCOM. That's basically all. I used the M416 after I switched after. I'm still experimenting with guns as I unlock like heavy barrels, foregrips, all sorts of different sights. The M416, the M16A3, 4, the AN94 are my favorites. I like the G3A3, but unfortunately I don't really have a lot of people to play co-op with, and I'm not really too sure, to be honest, if I'd like to go through the co-op again anyway. But if you have free time and you're like a good reliable co-op player, I wouldn't mind teaming up with someone one day if I actually get the urge to. So I just want that G3A3 really bad. Not to mention my favorite pistol's the Rex, and I don't even have that unlocked yet either. But those are some quick little tips I like to use for defense. You can apply them to pretty much every map, but these ones were sort of map specific. Just always watch your flanks, your angles, and hopefully your teammates have your back and you can do as you choose. Let me know what you think. See you later.